So let's get into marketing music. The idea, the package, the image, the bundle. Now, before, it took a lot for a person to actually sit down and listen to the hip hop that you listen to currently, frequently, all the time. So, in the early 90s, this is how I started our street team. There was no commercials yet before I got the commercial company. But the first thing we had to do was get flyers, post them all over through the area saying the album was coming, so and so, so and so. Like physical, seeing through the street, posting, you still use them for your clubs and your parties now. Now, we would print up like about possibly 10,000, go to each borough, put them on car windows, roll on the door, so on. So like print on, go to the library, print up $1, get 10,000. Because it used to be like go to the library for $1, print up 1,000 copies, 10,000 copies for $1, and then dip off. And like 5 cents or 2 cents to print 100 pages. So we would use that as our marketing tool. Now, as things advance, we got into cassettes. Cassettes usually 100 for $2. 100 cassettes, blank tapes, $2 back in those days. And this is dope. So we got into cassettes, and this became the introduction to the music business. Before they transitioned to CDs, but cassettes. Cheaper to make, cheaper to reduplicate, and also give you the same quality at price. Now everybody had a Walkman or boombox or cassette player at the time, whatever they like to listen to. So we would print out, 10,000 $2 tapes, $100 for 1,000,000 tapes. So we get $100, put the mixtape of Big L, Jay-Z, Nas, music. First introduction to a compilation tape with us was me first, putting a bunch of variety of songs, and then that became the way to sell music in the future. Like you trying to break a record, you give a couple high-end guys that can move a bunch of tapes without getting harassed by the boys. And then, yeah. So we would sell the tapes, go to the city, drop off 100 at each bootlegger. They said they'll keep $1 and sell the tape for $5 and give us $4 or $3 a tape. So by the time we get to shopping to the label, we had sold about 350,000 tapes throughout the city of New York. Now LA want me to come. Dr. Dre want me to come. I'm doing the same thing in LA. Boosting, boom, like generating that street sound, the quality, the mixtape era. Like I invented the mixtape once upon, in the beginning. Before it became custom, before it became Dat Piff, before it became Just Mistos, I gave a verse compilation. We did it for R&B. You know how you say girls got a cassette mixtape from me back in the day. And this was the history of starting the grind on the street scene. Now the days came, so we in the 2000s now. Now I gotta be digital effect. How I go about now, and I sell huge, like, worldly numbers, you know, like, they say about 60% of the globe heard of me or has played me once upon. So imagine you gotta do digital effect. There's no more cassettes, there's no more CD that can manufacture and move to the high end it once was, because everything's so digital. Everybody got a cell phone, and use that to my advantage. Now, it's not as expensive as people think. It costs about $10 to be placed on 1,000,000 blogs all over across the world. Just $10. You get all the word, track. The only thing they tell you now, I might have came across playlisting. They don't want you to do playlisting if you're independent. So you still have to find a way to market and manufacture your music. Now you go through the Facebook ads, the TikTok ads, traffic, like generate traffic to your iTunes and all that. But here's the best part. Blasting your music out without a DJ or radio, because I am one of the most successful without DJs and radio, even TV spins before I got TV spins. You gotta market it on a digital aspect more friend. Now I create my covers, record, produce music. It got so technical now you can't do anything with illustration or hard graffiti and upload to the server like you used to. Remember how you used to have the hard gritty covers, and it's not possible to upload and format so on. So the reason why I'm submitting films, whole hard copies, and then the digital, they sometimes format. You gotta go online, picture, cover art, still rejects, but you gotta have a digital aspect. Now, with the tapes, I could say the reason you look into music in the business, if my dog was rapping and my other dog was rapping, and I could sell 1 million of their tapes before the majors sell 1 million of their tapes, and give them both $1 million, because that's all they want is $1 million off their artwork, and say I personally have about 6-7 million myself after the investment flip, that's a good way to start a business. Maybe I gotta pick up a pen, get some tape, boom, fast forward to a kid. I buy Kmart. I know you think this is crazy. I buy Kmart, bought Winn-Dixie, bought the Plazas, bought USA, Bravo. You got Bravo in New York over there by Hempstead. This is my business that I purchased and ground up. Now it's a franchise. So I started off, things were a little bit more pocket friendly if you wanted to start off. So I would buy a plaza for $80,000, $150,000, buy a store for $4 million, get a franchise for 10. At the time, when they were thinking, Walmart invested $200 million in the beginning, 90 stores all across the nation. Wazoo, everybody got like McDonald's numbers. You go a block here, there's a Walmart. Go a block there, there's a Walmart. Because everybody want them in the community. They love shopping there. Target as well. But yeah, we bought Kmart. I did a mixtape with my college, with my high school friends, not my college, my high school friends in freshman, junior year. It was a at-risk program by the police. He bought us recording equipment. Never talk crazy. Sheriff bought us recording equipment. Tell us sit down. I don't care how gangster y'all are, sit down. Y'all want to do music, rap, y'all feelings, whatever y'all want to do, but no more fighting. So this is how we bonded. This is what y'all name call the unification. Through our music, through the neighborhoods, we got along together to rap on this machine, print up a couple cassettes. I gave the guy the tape. So I buy Kmart because I like to do it so much. They wanted to close down Kmart. But I love coming out there because it's like the one shopping spot by the community. And I said, I'll keep it open. Bought it for him. He takes the tape, listens to the tape. I come back to buy another CD. He has the tape on sale for distribution. Talking about, y'all tape is so good, it sold 125,000 so far. I keep manufacturing and pressing. So you do that all the, yeah, that's what I do for my little part-time. But it's doing a wild thing. Thank you for doing that. That man is now the project CEO of A&R College, Satellite, and CD manufacturing distribution. Started off at Kmart, one of the best in the music business, very vocal, very know how to market. And then it's going to nationwide, New York, but we putting little things. We sell about 3 million copies independently, chart on the big boy chart at number 27, but you not signed, not nine, but you're only 13, 14, but every kid heard your rap because you're young doing it. So we 12, 13, get distribution. Fast forward, we buy the video media company. I am the first hip hop music commercial before it becomes so and so. I kept, everything was like a tease that the radio couldn't break the record because I'm so young, like 13, 12, with that. 13, 12, but you saying some of the hardest shit you ever heard. So it's like a tease, and then one day we put the album out for a release, we selling in the streets, sold about 2 million in the streets, sold 3 million our first week, made us wanted to get behind it. They pushed it with their gloves and no longer snip it. We do 31 million for about 82 weeks straight. Took off 9 weeks to a country to have a #1 album for 9 weeks till it dropped. Then I claimed back the charts, you know, for my boy, because he lost his life out of it. But, yeah, through music, we started off with EMI, now we got Empire, Fontana Distribution the other day. And it's now digital aspect and actually give merchandise. So if this show do have a physical retail, they're trying to move as much albums as they possibly can on the physical. If you're getting the ones with real CDs and stuff, love to them. It's like an Empire with distro, and I said, all right, distro, let's go. They want to be that for 100% indie. So, you know, progression, they tweet. But yeah, that's how it started, marketing. Now, you could say you're a gangster, you could say you're a rapper, but they say be about business, but don't be too much about your business. But I went door to door when I was fucking about 22, go across the nation, knock on everybody's door to sell Hustlers, Killer Savages. Worth, sell it at each CD for $1, play the tape, they listen to it, cut compared to hip hop. Yeah, that album has one of the most independently successful album because it generated, and you could look at names signed that bought the CD for $1, and I could say I sold 4 billion CDs already. Press and manufacture through Empire. That's how it started. Now you want manufactured CD for the low. They kind of weasel. We started touring. We had Live Nation. We was original Live Nation. Now you think this is how Live Nation started. They ain't want to do the clubs no more, and people still wanted booking. So we started working the CD, filling up the venue, playing the shit out the car, playing out the thing, and then we started packing 3,500, 50,000, 3,500, get to the first stadium show. Now we in 20,000 streets. Now you gotta do a biddy. Now you gotta get locked up. You're getting too progressive. Now Live Nations needed some acts and so to go about the tour, but the tour's already sold out. Here the industry have. But yeah, marketing, promotion. You gotta look at the digital aspect. Now you got YouTube. You gotta promote YouTube, but like you promote the iTunes, Apple, Spotify, the Amazons, or the KK Box, Amagami, the SA, and market. Deezer, all the love, and yeah, so every day you gotta move, and I was thinking like maybe it's easier to make a stream and so, but yeah, music game has different lanes, but like I said, it was the cheapest way to make a business, and I tell you the business aspect, this is how I go about. So we had a little fun. We're gonna go into something a little serious a little later.
video.